Dana White must be stopped. This is just getting too far now. Power slap is not worth throwing away everything you've built with your reputation with the UFC. I'm here to go over the absolutely despicable fucking ads with an OnlyFans, let's say model, because I can't say the word I want to say. Dana running ads with this so-and-so. We're going to go over Jamahal Hill confronting Alex Pereira and then cowering away like a bitch. And we're also going to go over UFC 311, which for some reason is ridiculously stacked. I don't know why the reason could be. Why it's so stacked, but it's stacked. So we're going to go over that too. But let's get started with the absolute degeneracy of Dana White. Here's the very first post we saw. This is a couple of days ago. Let's play it here.
I like my suitcase.
I probably can't play that. We'll cut back in.
Suitcase.
So he's rolling her around in the bag. He's got her
Everybody
here.
says that I don't care about my cars. Well, you're right. That's why I'm giving away this McLaren 600 LT at Power Slap.
So they're doing one of these
Free.
corny car giveaways where you have to do this and sign
Check
up.
out the links in our bios on how to enter.
I bet there's a lot of fucking links in your bio. Oh my, I wish I could just fucking say that.
Everybody.
So there's that. There's just, I think there was a post before too. He must have deleted it because there was a video where he's rolling her around and then they did a whole ad read with that. I don't know where that went, but here's the next one.
What's up, everybody? We are here in the garage at UFC headquarters. This is Jelly Bean.
Hi, guys.
She paid $200,000 for this car
I bet she didn't.
at Vegas Auto Gallery, and she's giving it to you for free. The way you enter is go to powerslap.com/giveaway.
I hate you, Dana. You're a piece of shit.
And you can watch Power Slap
Fucking piece of shit, little sellout, bald ass, fucking red
live and
fucking
free on
man.
Rumble this Friday night, and there will be a code that will pop up. It'll give you 10 extra entries. This little badass is giving away a $200,000 car. We will see you Friday night.
Bro, what? Is it worth it, bro? It's worth it for Power Slap? Bro, 30 years building up the UFC, bro, and he's going to throw it away to promote fucking a Power Slap. And you know what? And here, let's go down the conspiracy rabbit hole. Let's put the fucking tinfoil hat on. I think the only reason Power Slap is a thing is strictly because of gambling. I say that not because I don't even know if you can gamble on it right now, but my gut tells me that Dana, being the degenerate gambler he is, only made Power Slap so that he could help work with these casinos, get shows in there, and I guarantee you, bro, it's some kind of funnel for something. There's no way this dude's selling out this hard for fucking Power Slap. This is the most unfucking believable shit. It was one thing when it was the industry plant Nina Drama, who was the Playboy. That was one thing. Now we're talking about a full-blown corn star, right? This is like there's kids watching Power Slap, bro. There's kids. There's kids on your page, Dana. Have some fucking respect, bro. What the hell's wrong with this fucking bald-ass red old man, bro? You know, we talk about sometimes like, oh, what if Dana was gone or not? Dude, fuck him anymore, man. Fuck you. I don't know what he does anymore. He's not there for the press conference. He's not there for fucking shit anymore. All he's doing is run around doing this dumbass shit for Power Slap. Like anybody gives a fuck. Nobody's watching that shit that has a fucking brain in their head. Nobody cares. We care about fucking UFC, and this shit is obscuring that and ruining it and driving people away, I'm sure. And also, dude, and we'll move on to the next thing. There's fucking kids watching. Have some fucking respect. You maybe have somebody that's a little more reputable or somewhat more respectable than this. She looks like a fucking toddler, okay? Moving on. Jamahal Hill. I can't play the audio either because whatever idiot made this put some fucking music over it. But this is obviously at the UFC PI. And Jamahal Hill goes up to Alex Pereira, who looks like he's sparring, has the gloves on, everything like that. And walks up to him and says, fight for free. For free. Pereira throws a set of gloves at him. Yeah, he doesn't want them. He says, we can do whatever. We don't need no gloves. So he tries to act tough. We don't need gloves. Pereira standing there. He's ready. He said, I'll go in. And this is Jamahal Hill saying, I get paid. Less than Pereira, little bro. Relax. Believe me. And then Plino, Alex Pereira's coach, steps in. And he said, let's make money. Because he says, let's have an actual fight. Because you got fucking slept like a bitch last time in the first round. Look at his fucking gut, too. You walking around with that fucking gut sticking out like that. You're a light heavyweight, dude. Jesus Christ, you could be a fucking middleweight with that gut. That's it. I mean, Jamahal Hill's a fucking bitch, dude. Top comment, Alex really lives in Jamahal Hill's head rent-free. Absolutely. We can do whatever, then continues to just yap and not pick up the gloves. Alex Pereira had gloves on, was already in a session, and gave him gloves. You're a bitch. Like, you just didn't do it. This dude talks all the time about, oh, I tell all these guys online if look, throws the gloves at him, he catches them, and then like, nah, I don't want them. What are we trying to do then, dude? Alex knocking out Hill took all of his dignity and hurt his weak-ass pride. Clown of the Year award. We not on Twitter no more. Proceeds to just talk. Yeah. Everybody sees right through the bullshit, dude. This guy's a fucking absolute clown anymore. Any bit of aura that he had was stolen by Alex Pereira's fucking left hook in that fight. And now he just can't he can't cope, honestly. The stages of grief, he's not going through them very well, okay? And as you can see, hasn't let it go. He still will say that it's because of the referee stoppage and this and that bullshit. You're just not on that level. And to his credit, Alex probably gave him the most respect on the feet, at least in the little bit of fight that we saw, given his striking. But come on, little bro, that was gonna go one way, and we all knew what way it was gonna fucking go. So Jamahal Hill, just doing the same thing, fucking yapping. That's all he ever does. Talks about how, oh, I want these fans to come down to my gym so I can beat their ass. Yeah, dude, there's a real fighter that you want to walk up to and act like you're gonna fight, and then be a bitch. So, typical Jamahal Hill fucking shenanigans. I'm sure we'll see a whole 40-minute breakdown video of him about, actually, this is what happened before the video, and you didn't see this and that where he pussied out. And it's going to be a whole fucking cope session. Well, I'll be back into a video for that if he does do that, because I could totally see it happening. Him having a whole hour-long breaking it down like, well, I said this, and then he stepped on my foot. So, anyway, moving on. UFC 311, the first card of the year in January. What are we doing? Are we just front-loading it and just saying, fuck the rest of the year? What are we doing? So, here's your bout order. Not necessarily in this order, but we have Makhachev and Arman Sarukian for the lightweight championship in the main event. That's sick. Co-main event, Merab and Umar Nurmagomedov. And it just so happens that Makhachev and Umar are on the same card. That just so happens to be like the most stacked non-UFC 300 card we've seen in a while. Just so happens. So we have two title fights, and then we get Yuri Prochazka and Jamahal Hill. Speaking of Jamahal Hill, bro, you got to worry about fucking Yuri sleeping your ass. Don't worry about fucking Alex Pereira. You ain't even close to that yet. Worry about fucking Yuri, dude, because he's a crazy motherfucker. And I kind of feel like Jamahal Hill's going to win, but that gut, bro. That gut, it's like a month away from this fight, man. You're so fat. God damn. Anyway, so we have a top contender fight, possibly, because Yuri and Jamahal have both lost to Alex. Obviously, Yuri lost twice. I don't know. I don't know if the person that wins this instantly gets a title shot. I don't really know how that works. But Beneil Dariush, Renato Moicano. Kind of thought Moicano was going to get a little bit better matchup here. Not a big fan of the matchup for him. Not because of the skill or anything like that. I think he'll walk through Beneil Dariush because Dariush is completely fucking washed up anymore. But I just thought he'd get a bit more of a jump. I mean, they're really fucking making him work for it, dude. I'd have to look up the win streak, but I bet he's up there with the win streak. And I know it's against lower competition, but he's got to be getting a little closer than Beneil Dariush, dude. I don't know. Hopefully that means after a Beneil fight, he gets a top contender fight. That's exactly what Arman got, exactly what Charles got. So hopefully that's what that means. Also on the pay-per-view, most likely, Kevin Holland and Rainer de Ritter. That's a pretty good fucking fight. Decently quick turnaround for RDR after joining the UFC. Kevin Holland probably going to win this, bro. Might win by knockout. RDR did not look great in his fight, to be honest. He's solid overall, but God, he just looked awkward, didn't he? I just wasn't liking what I was seeing, but we'll see how that plays out. Also on the card, Johnny Walker and Bogdan Guskov. Somebody will get knocked out, so that'll be funny. Peyton Talbot and Raoni Barcelos. That's a pretty solid fight. Tough matchup for Talbot. Probably wins that. Jailton Almeida and Sergey Spivak. 6 versus 7 in the heavyweight division. Going to be probably a boring-ass fucking wrestle fest, but still a decent high-ranked fight anyway. Zachary Reese and Cedric Dumas. Should be a good fight, too. You know what I mean? Both of them usually have decent fights. Should be a scrap. Grant Dawson and Carlos Diego Ferreira. Great fight too. Really like that. Don't know how Fajea is not ranked and Dawson is. I don't really know how that makes sense, but I think Carlos Diego Fajea wins that. Grant Dawson's kind of soy and a bitch, so I'm not picking him to win that. But Carol Rosa and Aylin Perez. Is that the only women's fight? That's the only women's fight? Wow. What a treat, man. What a treat. That should be a good fight. That should be a good fight. Aylin Perez usually has pretty exciting fights, and I think Carol Rosa is usually pretty decent from what I remember. Don't really pay attention much to them. But anyway, they both usually have pretty decent fights, so that won't be a complete snooze fest. Rinya Nakamura and Muin Gafarov. That's a solid fight. Ricky Tercios and Bernardo Sapaj. Be exciting fight. You know what I mean? They're not necessarily the best or the highest in the unranked, but it'll be a good fight. And then again, this might not be the first fight on the card, but Tagir Ulanbekov and Clayton Carpenter should be a solid fucking fight. Top to bottom, dude. Coming into this, let's not even consider what the fights are actually going to be. I'm giving this like an 8.5, 9 out of 10. Straight up. You know what I mean? Especially considering the Apex cards we've had recently. If you compare it to other pay-per-views too, it's already up there because it's got 2 title fights plus a top contender fight. Yeah, I just think it's not a coincidence that it just so happens to be the card that Islam and Umar are on, and they don't get the Dagestan treatment in Abu Dhabi or whatever, so they get the stacked card treatment. I don't know. I mean, Umar's not getting points for that, but Makashev's obviously going to get big pay-per-view points, so I guess Ali gets the big payout, huh? That's going to be it, though. Really stacked card for UFC 311. Jamahal Hill doing what Jamahal Hill does, talking a big game and then being a bitch. And Dana, go fuck yourself. How about that, dude? How about that? Stop being a fucking degenerate, okay? It's not worth it. It's power slap. No, first of all, nobody gives a fuck. Second of all, there are so many other people you can run your scummy little promos with than a fucking OnlyFans girl, okay? Get a fucking hold, Dana, all right? Do another 72-hour fast, whatever the fuck you do, and get a fucking grip, okay? I've seen enough of it. Like the video if you like the video, and subscribe. Peace.